Now, can you believe it? It's snowing outside again. What happened to that nice weather we had yesterday at this time when our neighbor walked by and waved to me? Yeah, I don't think she's going to be walking by and doing too much waving today. Anyway, let's see if we can't get some more of these pieces on. In fact, by the end of today, if possible, I'd like to have all of these pieces on. I don't see why we can't. I'm going to try a different technique for gluing them down. Peter was mentioning, well, we'll talk about that when we get to it. Oh, one of the viewers commented, and he couldn't find a little ladder. And, well, I found it. Well, first of all, I wasn't going to bother looking for it, but it's not on the sheet, so that means we must have used it. And, yeah, and here it is. Okay, here's what I was starting to talk about a moment ago, and that is this, that when we were doing this yesterday, we were moved right in on it with the macro lens, and we could see it nice and close, and we could see the fact that I was putting on too much CA glue. Right now we're sort of backed off, and yes, you can see the glue joint down at the bottom there, and it is too thick, but Peter made the comment that why don't we, I'm pretty sure this is what he meant, and I had actually thought of that. I can honestly say I did think about this, wondered how this would work. If a person was to take and put the CA along the bottom edge, or maybe even on the side, and then, now I wouldn't be holding it with my blue tack thing here. I'd be holding it with my tweezers. Okay, and then, and also I would have everything lined up a little bit. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, careful now, careful. I'll get it, don't worry. Okay, maybe I will use the blue tack. Okay, and it would go something like this after we get the CA glue along the edge. Now, excuse me, the reason I did not do that, like I say, I did think about it, but the reason I didn't do it is because my fear was, well, as you can see, I'm having problems placing this thing. So, probably because the camera's on record, but my thinking was that when I try to put it down in the groove, the chances of getting it in the groove on the first drop are pretty slim, and I'm going to be smearing the glue around, and that is why I thought of, putting the glue in the joint first. Now, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it the same way again today. I'm going to put a little bit of CA in the groove. The difference is I'm going to use the thin instead of the medium. Let's try that. I mean, this thing's going to be turned over. We're not going to see this bottom side anyway. Okay, I've got a different pair of tweezers here. They're a little easier to squeeze together, and I'm just doing a dry run here to make sure that I've got it the right way. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's the right way. All right, now we'll try and do it on camera. Peter, this is for you. Now what I'll do is I'll put it in the slot and then just slide it back. Okay. That is a much nicer job, I will admit it. Okay, I'll reinforce that later. Okay, now let's find the one that's supposed to go right here. Okay, it is D15. That's going to fall off, isn't it? Yes. Okay, there we go. And if I've got the perspective right, supposed to go like this. Oh, all right. That goes out on that arm there, so that's going to help strengthen that a little bit. Okay, I can see what we're going to have to do right now. You probably can't see it from your angle because you're coming in too much from the top. However, I think what we're going to have to do is adhere it to this main piece here, and then afterwards bend this up and attach it. Maybe I could bend it just very, very slightly right now. Very, very slightly, just sort of lever it up here. Okay, maybe I should put the macro lens on and so that you can see better what's going on. Problem is, every time I do that, then you can see the mess I make. Okay, once again, a dry run here. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Now, this time I'm going to do it my way. Just hope that it sort of floods in that crack. Now, I want to remember I don't have all day to do this here. Put just a little bit. Let's see, I hope I'm not blocking the light. Okay, then we'll worry about this one later. Now, I'm not going to do it right now, but I do believe that possibly when we were adhering right there, this sort of wicked its way all the way out, sort of like ink does in a fountain pen. And, I don't want to push down on this because right now it's it's pressing up perfectly. I'm wondering maybe if I was to just turn this around and do it from the other side, because this is the side that's going to be seen more than this side here. So I'm just going to swing this around here. I'll reposition. Okay, now you can't believe how close you are, and this is just for perspective, okay? Oh, a little hair on there. Let's get rid of that. Okay, we're going to try this again. I did the cigarette lighter thing and just sort of start right here where we left off. Okay, clearly it was not glued because it pushed it down, as you probably saw. Why can't I do this? There, think I'm getting it better now. I'll know when I get to the computer and think, oh, that was terrible. I'll just hook onto this and pull it up a little bit. Maybe if I get my little tube. Nope, won't stick. It won't stick. Why won't that stick? There. Nope. It just doesn't want to stick. Now I do believe that we've more or less got it here. And I'm pretty sure that once our CA glue cures, I think it's going to be a fairly strong joint. And here's the inside. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. I don't want to do any kind of a stress test or anything. I kind of have this feeling like I want to push down on that to see if it's glued, but maybe it isn't. But it will be in about an hour for sure. Okay, I think what I'm going to do here, folks, is I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of them. I'll be doing all the rest very similar to the way we did these first three. And if I keep trying to set up the camera and video each and every one, it's just going to take way too long. And I really did want to get these done today. Maybe when I get to something that might be a little bit different, like I know when we get over here, I do believe there's something different that we have to do. Maybe I'll video that, but I'm just going to get going on it here.
Yippers! Today was pizza day, and I want to emphasize the word was pizza day.
Now, there's something that I was just thinking while I was doing this here, and that is there might be somebody watching me do this, and they're thinking to themselves how they would like to maybe make this model, but they're thinking to themselves, well, it looks so hard and so complicated, and things go wrong, and well, you know, let me tell you, don't try to video it. If you, it'll be so much faster and so much easier. The reason I'm videoing, like people are thinking, well then Ron, why video it? Well, it's because I like to, photography is, as I mentioned, it's a hobby. So I like to see if I can video it. That's half the fun. But if you, like I say, you might be thinking you want to try this, but it just looks too hard. Murphy's Law will be in your favor if you don't press record. Okay, remember I said I would stop when I got to something that was kind of different? Well, this is kind of different here. A37. It's got to go across the back here. And a moment ago when I was looking at this, I was thinking that, okay, this looks like it's curved, like a radius, but I'm realizing now that from here to here is probably a straight line. Yeah, it is straight. So that means that, oh yeah, I didn't notice that, but I see it now, that you can see that there's a little detente there where it's supposed to be slightly bent. So I'm just going to have to kind of eyeball it because, whoops, remember I told you about Murphy's Law? This doesn't happen if you don't have record pressed. Yeah, I was serious, folks. Building this model is not really that complicated. So if you're kind of thinking about you'd like to do this, go for it. Like I say, just don't try to video it. I know there's a few guys out on the YouTube, that are doing model builds, and maybe it looks fun to you, but if you just want to build the model, okay. Now I'm just gonna have to put about a very slight bend on that. I think I can just where's my photo etch pliers? Well, they're here somewhere. I know we had them last week. That was embarrassing. Okay, now we're just going to put just a very, very slight bend on this here. I'm just going to very, very slight. Okay, we'll try that. And we don't need Andy's bender for this. And like that. Okay, let's just see how close we are there. That's pretty close. Maybe a teensy bit more here. I wonder. That might be too much on the one there. We'll soon know. Oh, now it's too much. Okay, now I think what we'll do is we'll glue this piece down, and I know it's not quite right. Maybe what I could do is I could glue it. We just put just glue this section, this mid section here, and then maybe we could force the others in or out, whatever they need. Then we can lay the other pieces. You can see where they're slotted like this. Well, the pieces that go into it are also slotted. Well, you don't think I need to explain everything. Okay, I'm just sort of thinking as I'm working here. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and do this off camera. Okay, about 10 minutes or so has passed now, maybe a little more, and I think that probably most of this CA that we put on this piece is probably cured. It's cured to the point where I can try and get these D21s on, and they're both identical, so it doesn't really matter which one goes on which side here. And these ones remain straight, and I think we should be able to. At least I'm hoping we can. Oh my. This is not fitting too good here. I'm wondering if I did something wrong here. Let's see, this is... Okay, because it's supposed to... Okay, it's... Oh, okay, I think maybe I can wedge it in place there. Now, I don't want to wedge too hard. It's almost there. At least I think it is. Yeah, it's almost there. Just... That's pretty much it. can't tell if this is in the crack or not. I almost need the macro lens. It's so close though that I think we can probably try and glue it in place here. I'm wondering if maybe what I should do is take it back out, or maybe just swing it over, and then if I was to bend this one up a bit so that there's a little bit of tension involved. Now let's try it again. Okay, once again, I'm just going to go ahead and do this off camera. I think you can see how it's supposed to go. Excuse me. The other one is going to go on the other side the same way. Now the one that goes right here takes a bit of a jog and then goes out. So we're going to have to bend that one. We'll do that in a few minutes. Okay, we got those other two in. And this is number 35. I've already bent it a little bit here. Trying to get it down so that the slots kind of fit together. So, okay, that one slot just doesn't want to go. I've obviously got something not lined up right here. There. Now, if I can just wedge it around like that, there we go. Now, I think that if I get this main section glued in place, then I can bend this around. It bends fairly easy. There's already a bit of a kink there. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this off camera now, and then straighten this around and glue this point down right there. Okay, we have a whole bunch of empty tuna tins right now. And this is the last piece, A7. Now, it has to go right in here like this. It's sort of some kind of a little gusset. Once again, I'll probably just do it off camera, but I wanted to show you where it goes here. Something like that. Well, I could almost do it on camera, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Then we'll put this whole thing on the rotator and have a look at it. Okay, we won't put on the macro lens, but we will move in a little bit and give you a nice close look. And you can see by my watch there that the afternoon is getting on, so we got to wind this video up here. Well, so far I've managed to not bend these things and break them off. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.